Hi, I'm Judgment. In this video I will show you what to do with the quest Apple of My Pie. Now, you might have just started your adventure in Gedonia. You just came out of this cave and you find yourself over here. Running down a little bit, you will realize on your left the first town. Basically like it's not a town, it's just a village, but the first encampment that you will find. Over there a tower, and a little bit in this direction one of the first quests that you could come across to. So let's get into it. As we arrive, we see a squirrel sitting on a few stones and something that appears to be like a tree. It's an apple tree. Even though those things don't look like apples to me, this doesn't matter, it's an apple tree. Now, there is two things to this quest. Let's first of all talk to the squirrel. The curious squirrel doesn't seem to be afraid of you. Hey, small one. Squirrel seems hungry, it smells your fingers and squeals quietly. Do you want an apple? Squirrel seems enthusiastic about the idea. So now we have the quest, figure out what to do with the apples. Now, in this place we have two things that we can do which will have positive outcome, and at least one thing that will have, no, actually two things that could have negative outcome. So let me save in this manner and maybe come back later to it. So let's first of all talk to the tree. Now, hello. What you gawking at? These trees are the corner of grief. That it? Sniffle. What's wrong? I'm sorry. It's just that I've been watching my wee babes getting crunched for years. The pain, anger, grief, it's thick in me, like sap. And I can feel it sapping into my little arms. So if you're looking for apples, why don't you run off and find some other tree that won't say nothing if you take its apples. Now, in this situation we have two options, like you see in the dialogue. And what I'm talking about here, there is two kinds of apples that you can get here. One of them is to get poisoned apples, which you can then just distribute across the world and find happiness in death of others. Or you can get good apples, like normal tasty apples. As you can see, we got the quest apple of my pie, so maybe it does have something to do with an apple pie, but we'll see about that later. So at first, let's go with the most obvious one and the fastest way to finish this quest. I'm sorry, is there anything I can do to help? You're kind of the most, but nothing can get my children back. I suppose it just feels like, well, like revenge is all that's left. Now we will go with the revenge isn't all that's left, there is still some good in you. I can feel my bitterness poisoning me as we speak. Don't taste my apples if you want to keep breathing, but my heart apple is still pure. Maybe the best thing I can do is give it to you before it gets tainted too. Please find good soil for it, right? So what now happened is we got one single apple. It's a heart apple. It says this apple shines brighter than others. Okay, so basically now we got one good apple, and now this squirrel suddenly has a question mark over its head. So now let's now there is two options how to deal with this quest. Let me quickly save this. This is going to be apple 1. So now the easiest way to deal with this is just talk to the squirrel. This curious squirrel doesn't seem to be afraid of you. Requires apple, and we got an apple. We have a good apple. I've got a very special apple from the tree. If I give it to you, can you plant the seed somewhere safe? We click this, and the squirrel eats the apple quietly and then hides the seeds. You think that it understood what you wanted from it. And that's all. The quest is completed. We got some XP, and the quest is concluded. Now there is a second option how to deal with this quest. Now we got the apple. Now we need to get to the next town. As we arrived in the town, we see this young gentleman here, whose name is Adam, and he has a quest for us seemingly, but there is also another lady not far, also with a question mark. I wonder if this has anything to do with our quest. So let's talk to the lady first. Addie.
Fine day, isn't it?
Fine day. Hello. Hello, listen. Can I ask your advice? Sure. We are like really well, I get the feeling that my friend Adam, the young gentleman over there, is going to ask for my hand in marriage. Problem is, I know he isn't able to have children. My father Elvis has done so much for me. I might not be able to carry on his name, but I like to give him a grandbaby in his elderhood. I can't do it with Adam, can I? Now we have a few options, but usually I go with this one. Are there any if you love Adam, you should marry him. If you want a child, you might adopt some. Oh, also it has to be adopt. Are there any orphans in the village? There's Rita, the orphan from the forest. Of course, I don't know why I didn't think of it before. Thank you so much. So now we have talked to her. Is this Rita? No, this is just some kid. Okay. So let's talk to Adam. Hey there, wanna help me baking? Hello. Psst. Lean in for a moment. You see this girl over there? Addie's her name. And I'm going to marry her. All I need is to find the perfect apples for my engagement tart. Now, thank God we have the apples right here. Now, engagement tart. For me, bread is life, and its yeast is love. So what better to confess your love than sweet glazed bread? Now we do have this apple, so we'll just offer him this apple. I think I might have just the thing you're looking for. Oh my, this apple is perfect, just like sweet Addie. Many thanks, stranger. Good luck. Now we have concluded the quest, and he has baked bacon. He has bacon. He baked this tart, and now he's going to propose to, hopefully. Hello, Addie. I've made this for you as a token of my love. Would you marry me? Oh my God, Adam, thank you so much. Of course, I will say yes. Adam, this is delicious. Marry me, and we'll plant this tree behind our home as a symbol of our love. And with this, the quest is completely concluded. So now we have two options. We can either first just give the apple to the squirrel, and the quest is concluded, or we can give it to Adam and Addie for their engagement tart, or there is also something else that we can do. So this is basically when we first arrived here, and we haven't talked to anybody yet. So let's talk to the squirrel first. Do you want an apple? Good luck. Okay. So, hello. What's wrong? Now this thing obviously is like caring for its apples. And now let's just be so unrealistic and just ask for more apples. Oh, you want some apples? Here, sure, take these apples. So now we have received 2 apples. Now, something tells you this apple looking fine, but who knows what will happen if you eat it. So let's just do some experiments. Squirrel, there's an apple for you. Would you like to have it? Here you go. Oh, what happened? The squirrel died. It looks like it died. Maybe it is just sleeping, but I think it died. So this one died. We can't do anything with the tree, so let's go to the village. Let's see if we can find somebody else who's interested in a delicious apple. Now we have arrived at the town again, and we see Adam and Eddie. Now there is obviously you might already think to know what will happen. So basically there is at least one option that I know of, and that is if you don't talk to Eddie first, but talk to Adam first, and tell him that you have an apple for his tart, and he will bake the tart, and he will go over there. But since we haven't spoken to Eddie yet, she will be very reluctant to marrying him, so she will dump him basically, and he will be so upset, so he'll be eating the cake himself, and that is when he will die on the spot. Very funny to watch. The second opportunity, or the second possibility, is most likely that they both die. So let's try this one. Let's talk to Eddie first.
Fine
Hey
day,
Eddie.
isn't it?
Hello. Sure. If you love Adam, you should marry him. You can adopt orphans from the city. Great idea. Okay. Now, Adam. Hello, engagement tart. Yes, I think I might just have the thing that you might be looking for. Alright, here's the apple tart. Now we also got... The quest is completed. Basically we got some XP. I think it basically is this... not quite, not quite. This time we received less XP than the last time. Or didn't we? No, it's cool, it's the same XP. Oh, of course I will say yes, Adam, this is delicious, love. Eddie, you're right. Adam, what have you done? You bastard, I killed you. Oh, really? Has he become angry? Oh wow, this is okay. I never tried this option. Outstanding. Well, sorry Adam, it's nothing personal. It's just for science. Alright, and we have one happy couple less to worry about. He even has some flavoring. Oh, this is actually an interesting turn of events. I didn't know he had flavoring, because flavoring is something that you need for cooking, and usually you would have to pay a few gold coins for this, but this way we got it for free. So there are the 4 options, even though I only showed you 3, but the 4th one is just to give Adam the poisoned apple without talking to Eddie first, and then he will instead choke on the apple and she will be upset about it, but at least she will survive. So maybe this option is actually the worst. Yeah, okay, of course you can also wait until he kills you, but I don't know if he can hit you, if this is at least possible, but it would take lots and lots of time. So that is all. Thank you for watching.